All right, I'm going to talk about the things I've done to this car to prepare it for road racing and especially open road racing. So starting off on the inside here, cage, I've got two door bars, main hoop, lateral bar, diagonal bar, roof bars, windshield bar. Still going to add outside roof bars here, and of course links or bars to the rear. Suspension in the rear is a coilover push rod setup that goes around the cage. Got a little control board here that controls the fuel pumps in the fuel cell and reads the fuel level. That's the same board design you'll see up front. Goes on the CAN bus, talks to the ECU, and is fully programmable. Over on this side, I've got a car computer that runs the displays you'll see up front. Underneath the back here, got a custom fuel cell that I built, 24 gallons, 2 pumps in the tank. Plate on the side with outlets there. Rear housing is a Moser Ford 9-inch style. Still a torque arm setup, panner bar, lower control arms, just like factory here. Of course, I do have a relocation bracket welded on the housing to get those bars nice and level. Factory sway bar there actually too. Wheels and tires are C5 style. So I've got spacers on the back there for the difference there. Disc brakes all around, Willwood set on the back, and kind of a hybrid C4 size brake rotor on the front, a 13-inch, and a Willwood 4-piston caliper up front. Exhaust systems all my own build, stainless exhaust tip, oval tube, designed and built my own mufflers, headers as well. It's a 4-inch out, nice ground clearance still too, and 2 1/4-inch primaries for those headers. Taking a look at some other stuff on the inside. Dash is all my own design. 10th-inch thick sheet metal aluminum, lasered out and bent up. Gauges, navigator gauges. Center console there with like important stuff, but I also have a lot of information on the screen. So we got a kind of a heads-up display up there and a bigger touchscreen screen in the middle here. Dash is 3D printed and carbon fiber covered. Seat is a Race Tech full containment seat, 6-point harness. Usually have a fire extinguisher in there. I got to do a full fire system though too. Air conditioning system, something I 3D printed and designed all my own. Kind of see the bottom of that in there, but it does do heat and air conditioning. All right, moving up to the front, here's another one of those power control modules like the one you saw in the back. This one's got fuses here, fuses for things like the alternator and the big fans, fuses to feed power into the rest of the car, like back to the fuel pump area. And then the controller handles the electric water pump, the electric oil cooler, controlling the big fan, big engine fan. And actually I have the starter solenoid tied in there too, so I could do push button start. A little tank I developed here. This is important for the supercharger setup. Got some check valves there for the breathers. So this can pull vacuum from the manifold when we're not under boost, and then under boost, if needed, it can vent out the top of the can there. Front suspension is factory style, but I am using these aftermarket steel top pieces here for adjustability, and they're just probably a little bit stronger than the factory stamped steel ones. It is and to convert, because it is now coilover, no coil on the arm, coil is on the strut. Let's see other stuff underneath up front here. We can see oil cooler, A-arms. I forget who makes those, but aftermarket A-arms with poly bushings. See the header work there. There's an oil cooler, of course, plumbed in. Factory sway bar, factory style there. Radiator has been in radiator mounting areas pretty seriously relocated and modified. Of course, we've got a Procharger air-to-air intercooler in here, then the AC condenser, and then big radiator in the back. All right, up here in the engine compartment, 540 cubic inch aluminum block. That's a Bill Mitchell block. AFR 357 heads. Ignition is sequential. It's all controlled by MS3 Pro. For fuel, the intake manifold is just an aftermarket intake, aluminum intake, single plane with a 4500 flange on the top. I drilled it and welded in bosses for fuel injection. Airbox on top of the manifold there is something that I designed and 3D printed. Throttle bodies are custom too. Let's see, no distributor of course anymore, so that just turned into a little housing I made to hold some electronics like EGT probe readers, things like that. Accessory system is all my own design. Pretty low mounted alternator and even lower mounted AC compressor down there with a spring tensioner and the coolant coming out there in the middle to kind of clear everything. Electric water pump, of course. The fan's 850 watt, huge fan, so no cooling problems. Intake tubing, this one I just recently converted over to aluminum, but this is old steel one that I had on here for a long time, so that may get converted at some point. Supercharger is a Procharger F1-R. The belt setup there is using a Peterbilt spring tensioner that I adapted to fit on this bracket, so that works pretty good. Blow-off valves, a Mustang V6 throttle body controlled by another one of my little electronics boxes down here. Again, that's on the CAN bus too, so fully programmable. Brake system is a Willwood triple master cylinder setup, so balance bar, left two are front brakes, rear brakes, and then the right one is clutch. I just have the same master cylinder used in all of them, although different sizes though, but same style, so it looks nice. Power steering pump is a circle track power steering pump and a little can here for the fluid. Let's see, what else? Transmission is a T56 Magnum. GForce 124 gears. Pretty simple, pretty basic stuff there. Aluminum 4-inch drive shaft. All the wiring and electronics, it's all custom stuff that I've done. And that's probably about it.